I just had some coffee and I feel like I have so much energy, which is very appropriate for this video because I'm gonna need a lot of energy because today I'm gonna be spilling a shit ton of tea. Is reality TV real? How was your experience on 90 Day Fiance? So I'm gonna tell you guys all about that in today's video. So let's get right into it. I asked you guys to ask me questions over on Instagram. I need to catch my breath. Okay, also before we get into it, my hair is growing. This is all real. This is all my hair. How do we like the long hair look? Because I feel like I sometimes miss the short hair, but then sometimes I'm like, no, this is good. I need to keep this. I need to stop trying to cut my hair. I'm no longer under NDA, so I can literally, quite literally, take down this whole franchise. I'm not gonna do that. I love 90 Day Fiance. I still watch 90 Day Fiance. First question is, are you actually gonna spill interesting tea? I feel like you use this gimmick a lot. Whoa, I've been called out. No, I'm gonna actually really spill some tea. Of course, there are people who already are like wise to the manipulation tactics and tricks that reality TV producers use, but like a lot of people don't know this, so I think you guys are gonna be very shocked to hear the things I have to say. Wanna meet up for 10K and all expenses? Ah! Okay, first question, how much were you paid? This is actually one of the most frequently asked questions because people seem to think that because somebody does reality TV, they're automatically gonna be able to like retire and move to Antigua and just like ball out for the rest of their lives, and that's not the case. You do not make a lot of money being on reality television. Actually, for me, I think I spent more money while I was on the show and like in order to be on the show than I actually made. I was making about anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 per episode, and I know that that pay rate does go up for cast members who are repeatedly brought back for future seasons, but I really was only on before the 90 Days Single Life, and then I did Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk, I believe they pay like $1,500 per episode, and so like after a whole season of the show, it's maybe like 10 to 13 episodes that you're getting paid for, which is like not enough money, and sometimes you're filming that show over the course of an entire year, so that's 30K for a whole year, and in most places in this country you cannot survive off of that. So yeah, you don't get rich from being on reality television, but the smart ones do get rich afterwards because they use their exposure and their like 15 minutes of fame to launch a brand or, you know, make money through a special spicy site, which is what I did. Next question, who's the nicest people from 90 Day and are you still in touch with any of them? I am not really in touch with many 90 Day Fiance cast members anymore. It's pretty hard to because all of them are all over the place, but I have been friends with some in the past. Some I've had really great experiences with, some I've had really, really bad experiences with, but the number one experience that I happen to see the most, I'm not saying all of them, but there's like a good handful of them that think that just because they went on 90 Day Fiance that they are like now a celebrity and like walk around with this attitude, and it's like, come on guys, we were on fucking 90 Day Fiance. We're not like Oscar winning actors. I think it's being on camera, having cameras following you around, having somebody do your hair and makeup. It makes you feel like you're up on some pedestal when actually you're not. However, that being said, there are 90 Day Fiance cast members who are super real, super chill. Ari is one person that I think of off the top of my head. Just really like this girl. We talk, we've hung out a couple of times, and I can tell you she's one of the nicest. Even though her edit has been not so favorable, but I can tell you guys that this is the manipulation of the show. They manipulate you to believe that someone is a bad person when they're actually not a bad person. In fact, this person might be the victim. Next question is, do they ever make you do retakes to make better reactions? Yes, absolutely. There are so many retakes, and that's why sometimes filming a very intense scene where you're having an intense discussion can get really, really annoying and escalate really, really quickly because you are talking about something that's real, you're expressing real emotions, but the producers keep stopping you and keep like asking you to elaborate on certain things, or they'll ask further questions, or they'll ask you to say certain things because they know it's going to escalate the situation out of hand. And a conversation that in real life would normally take maybe like 10-15 minutes in the course of filming might take a couple of hours, and then you're exhausted, the person you're filming with is exhausted, you just want to go home, you want to go to sleep, and at one point it's kind of messed up because you become so tired and delirious, all these lights are on you, that like at one point you're just like willing to say anything to appease the producer and just like make this all stop. Like I remember that I was filming a scene at one point and we were literally sitting there for hours, and I had just flown in the other day from the United States to Australia, and I just remember wanting to go back to the hotel room so bad so I can sleep because I was so fucking weak and so tired. I was literally like fading, and at one point I like I even almost said to the producers, like, okay, what do you need here? Like, what do you need us to say out of this scene to make this fucking stop so I can go back to the hotel and sleep? That's honestly how it felt half the time. Also, I'm not a person who has a lot of like energy. I have an autoimmune illness. So like I need to tap out at one point, and that is something that they would not let us do. There were literally days that we were filming for like 14 hours and I was losing my damn mind. So if you ever saw me on reality TV and I looked absolutely fucking miserable, it wasn't misery because of my partner. It wasn't misery because of the relationship. It was misery because I was filming for 14 days and I was hungry, tired, and sleep deprived. Next question. Did you get asked to do anything out of character? Did they make wild changes during editing? Yes, absolutely. I think almost everything I did was out of character. Flying to another country to meet a significant other that I barely knew, that was very out of character. Basically everything, like all of the activities that we had planned and organized to do with the producer were kind of out of character for me. I'm glad that we did some of the things we did. Like some of the things that we did were really fun. I remember we went cage diving with great white sharks. Perhaps not something that I would have done if I hadn't been on the show, but I'm glad that I did it because now it gives me like so much street cred. Like you guys don't know how many times I drop that in like a conversation with a new person I'm talking to. Like, yeah, I cage dived with great white sharks in Australia. Just automatically makes me so much cooler. People who know me in real life know that I'm like a very bubbly, happy-go-lucky person. I am not a negative person. I am the opposite of a negative person. I'm actually the type of person when things are going really fucking bad, I'm always like, no guys, it's fine. Look on the bright side. Yet somehow on the show, I look like a miserable, negative, pessimistic bitch all the time. And that makes me sad because did editing make me appear that way? Probably a little bit. I think that they heavily focused on all of like the negative aspects of me. I think I was definitely edited to look more miserable because I do recall smiling, laughing, and having fun a lot on that trip. And then I watched the show and I was like, oh my God, I look like I'm being held hostage. Next question is, I thought everyone on 90 Day Fiance has to sign an NDA. Is that true? Yes, but every single NDA has an expiration date. I think mine was for a period of like 1 to 2 years after my season ended. So I am free, baby. Next question is it scripted? No, reality TV is not scripted. Is it manipulated? Yes. Is it edited? Yes. Do they use manipulation tactics to get you to say or do things that they want you to do or say? Some reality TV shows more than others. I feel like 90 Day Fiance is the least manipulated of the other reality TV shows. Like for example, I would imagine the shows like Real Housewives are very, very edited. I think the most deceitful thing about reality TV, specifically 90 Day Fiance, is just the way that the people are portrayed. I feel that oftentimes people are portrayed incorrectly, and you know, one person might be portrayed as the victim or as being innocent or as the likable one, but in real life, like this person is completely different. Next question, will you ever be back on 90 Day Fiance? I don't really think so. I do not see myself getting into another relationship with a person who would want to do that show. I would not even want to risk my relationship with that show because when you go on that show, you are risking your relationship. You are getting the entire reality TV world involved in your problems and people are chiming in, and it can break apart a relationship and a couple so fast. Like I'm pretty sure that the success rate for most couples on that show is really, really low. So I don't think I would go back. I am currently trying to get on like a baking show though. A baking or a cooking show. Anybody know how I can get on that? Because I want to get on that. I literally have it on my vision board. Oh my God, guys, I have to show you. Hold on. Pause to look at my vision board with me. Okay. My vision board says eat healthy and drink more and cook more at home. Baking or cooking reality TV. That's right there. So if anybody like wants to submit my audition tape for a cooking or baking show, it could be any theme. I don't care. Put me on Worst Cooks in America. Next question is, you always think about the cameras when you were on the show. I was very aware of cameras being on me, and I think the fact that I do YouTube and I'm already so like well versed in like marketing and social media, it kind of made me appear as less authentic because every single time I was on camera, I felt like I had to entertain. I felt like I had to do something funny or say something crazy. And I think people definitely got a sense of that. And like, that's why I was probably like super cringe on TV. But one thing that always shocks me, guys, is that, you know, I have an OF and so many people followed me on OF from that show, like so many. And I look at the show and I'm like, I'm not even that attractive. Like, what were they seeing that made them think I want to see more? I don't know. Maybe it's because I was acting like a crazy bitch, or maybe it's because my boob. Let me tell you, so many people. So I guess that was one good thing that came out of it. That is the tea on my time on reality television. And if you guys have any more questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be in the comments after I upload this and answer any further questions. But anyway, thank you guys for sitting down with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you click the thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. All of my things are linked in the description, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.